Alright, welcome back everybody. We are now on part 9 of the Dark Souls 3 All Bosses walkthrough. We're back at the High Lord Wolnir bonfire, as we are now going to be, before we move on from where we just beat Pontiff Sullivan, we're actually going to be coming back here for this optional area down here. This is going to be the Smouldering Lake slash Demon Ruins area. Like I said, this area is completely optional. You do not have to go down here, but there is a boss and a few items. So you just need to break that bridge. You can either do that by like rolling on it itself or just hitting the rope like I did there. As you come in here, there's another one of those fire demons that we fought with Sigurd back in the Undead Settlement. So, similar strategy, it's just this time you don't have the benefit of having Sigurd here with you to help you. So you just need to be a little bit more careful. But if you come back at a similar level that I am right now, this guy's a piece of cake. And that's why I like to come here after Irithyll. So I'm at level 58 right now, and you know, things are just dying really quickly at this point. For an optional area, like that's kind of what I want to do, just to make things a little bit quicker as we go through here. There is a mimic right here, so don't be fooled by trying to open that chest. Yeah, we're even doing a ton of damage to the mimic. The black blade from him. Drop down here, take a little fall damage, that's okay. I got some more skeletons down here to deal with. Most of them have wide eyes, so I'm going to have to kill them again. Some more large titanite shards. Although at this point we're looking for chunks, so those don't do us a whole ton of good. Just a bunch of skeletons over here. Oh, I guess that other one was not wide-eyed. Okay. I'll come down here, and there is an armor piece here, Old Sage's Blindfold, and the Witch's Ring, which I can't even remember what the Witch's Ring does, to be honest. Greatly boosts Pyromancy, so again, if you're going with the Pyromancy build, cool. Great ring for you. Maybe one day I say that, but I'm the kind of guy who just finds one build that he really likes and then never deviates, so kind of boring in that way, but I still have fun playing these games. Alright, so here we are at Smouldering Lake. Now, as you're walking in, you're going to hear an interesting sound. You're going to think, what the heck is that? Well, that, my friend, is a giant ballista that is just firing at you. It fires 3 shots before having to reload. And as you just walk throughout the lake itself, it's just going to keep firing at you. Now, as we advance through the level, we can eventually get up to where it is. I'll try to kind of peek around the corner so you can see the ballista itself. So it's just right up there. You can see it right there. The timing to dodge the arrows themselves is pretty easy. But yeah, you just need to keep an eye out for it. You don't have to necessarily look at it, just listen to the sounds. Oof, that was a little early. Alright, so we're not going to pick up a bunch of items here because we're going to wait. Oh, did I just crash again? Nope, we're good. Okay. Because we're going to wait to get all these items until the ballista's down. An exception for one thing over here. There's a couple places that we can actually take advantage of the ballista itself. One of them is... Oh no, we're too far over. It's back here. Yeah, I see it. Alright, so you'll see this kind of like chunk of wall over here. This you cannot just like break down by normal means. You have to have the ballista hit it. And there's an item behind it. Speckled stone plate ring. So if you're going for the all rings achievement, you need to get that, so make sure to not take down the ballista. Now this is the other thing that we're going to take advantage of the ballista with. This Karthus sandworm. Or as these days, now that I've seen Dune a billion times, I like to call him Shai Hulud. Alright, so what we're going to do here is just chill right in this spot. Let's get an emote that lets us kind of sit down. Yeah, we'll use that one. This ballista is just going to kill the sandworm for us, which is good because it drops a spell and I believe an undead bone shard. So we're just going to wait right here. As sitting right here makes it so that the ballista still shoots like towards us, but you can see down there the health bar of the sandworm just constantly dropping. It's a lot faster this way as opposed to us trying to take down the sandworm ourselves. So highly recommend that you do this as opposed to trying to take it down on your own. And there we are. Sandworm is dead. There you go. Lightning Stake and Undead Bone Shard. Okay, now you'll see there's a fog wall right here. If you are Ember, there's also going to be a summon sign. That is a boss that we're going to come back to a little bit later. After we've cleared the rest of the level. Just so that, again, we don't have the ballista shooting at us. Right, we can grab this item here. So those are the only two things that really there's only, you know, any use for with the ballista. There's some other structures it can knock down, but those are really the two main things that we want it for. Oh, there's another summon sign over here that you can use for the boss, or just to help you out throughout the level. If you beat Sorig at his invasion spot, you know, back in the catacombs, then he is available as a summon here. Let's go ahead and rest up. This is now the Demon Ruins area. This area can be a little confusing to traverse through. There's a lot of winding hallways and things. There's also a new type of enemy. I don't know what these guys are called, but they can be a little annoying with their pyromancy. So again, another reason why I like to come back here a little bit later than maybe intended. Because these guys can be chunky if you come here earlier. There's also some grooves. The only other place you'll find these guys other than Fair and Keep. Ouch. And they poisoned me. Sick. That's alright, we've got that purple moss clump that we never really used. Bunch of Titanite shards from them. Okay, a couple options right from the rips. You see there's a stairway down. There is also a stairway on the other side there. We're going to go down in just a minute, but for now we're going to stay up here and go down this hall. Here's one of the jumpy grooves. Ouch, ouch. There's two of them, actually. Some more Titanite shards. Alright, now watch out. There is a lava slug thingy hanging from the ceiling. I'm going to bait him out. Now, as you can see, normally with these slime things, we usually use fire bombs, but since they're made of fire, they have 100% fire resistance, so that is not going to do anything to them. Usually I just leave these guys alone. In fact, I don't even really know what things might be useful against them. So yeah, so we're just going to bait it out, let it move, and then watch out for the stone demons here, a returning enemy from Dark Souls 1. How many times have I said that at this point? Alright, now you can try to jump this gap to get that item, but there's actually another way that you can get over there, so we're just going to ignore it for now. Okay, now we can start heading down those stairs from earlier. Alright, we get some statues here of the Taurus Demon and Asylum Demon from DS1. You don't actually get to fight them, which, you know, that would be kind of a fun callback, but it is kind of still cool to see them. Alright, all these floating fireball things are going to shoot fireballs at you as well. I really just don't like these enemies. Oh, I did not have Estus equipped. Just because that whole mechanic can be really annoying. Those floating fireballs can be damaged. They have their own like respective health bars. But it's usually not worth it, because if you just kill these guys, then they disappear. That's the noise that they make when they're setting a new one. So you can see we killed that guy, and a couple of them disappeared. These guys have a lot of poise, too. And there we are, and they should all disappear at this point. Beautiful. And there's also some dead Capra demons all along the floor. So, lots of demons from DS1. Okay, another item here is you can see another slug thingy. I don't even know what these things are called. Alright, so we'll wait for him to move out of the way. Grab this undead bone shard. So that's 2 that we've gotten in this area. Okay, this leads to a hole, so don't be baited by that. We'll be able to get to that item a little bit later on. And then this stairway just goes back up to where we originally came in. Alright. Now we have a couple different branching paths. We can go down that way, or we can come over here. We're going to start by going this way. Right here is an illusory wall. And there's a black knight in here fighting a Gru. This guy's got a great axe that we can, again, all black knights are farmable in this game, so if you want his weapon and his armor, like for example right there we got his leggings, then this is one of the spots that they show up. Although there is a much better farming spot for them a little bit later in the game. There's the Black Knight sword. And that's all there is for this little area, so don't miss that illusory wall. Then we'll come over here. Be some more Grus in here for us, and some stone demons. Oh, this one dropped an item. Titanite shard, yep. Alright, some more Grus in here. Alright, we once again have a couple different branching paths. Or at least that's what they want you to believe, but these actually go the exact same place. But if you come back here, there's another hallway right here. This one does not have a goopy guy waiting to fall on you, so just a nice little ember to get there. Alright, and then we'll come back and go up these stairs, and there's a bonfire up here. And also another one of those pyromancer dudes who's going to want to come and say hi. Alright, we're not going to rest of that bonfire yet. There's another illusory wall here. Bunch of fire slug things up here, so if we run fast enough, you should be able to get past without any of them falling on you. Just be careful. And this is that item that we saw before, which is an Estus shard. So getting plenty of good Estus items in here. The only problem about coming this way and running past all of them is there's not really any easy way of just getting past these guys, so you will have to fight them. And there we go. Okay, that was enough to get past them. Cool, let me come back here. And this is just a drop-off point to where we were before. So, not really any use aside from that. Now we can come back. And I'm still not going to rest at that bonfire because to me it's not really worth it. After having fought all of those enemies, we're going to have to go back to where we were to advance, and I'd rather not have those enemies respawn. Okay, we're going to go in this room, which is a dead end. Watch out for grooves on both sides of the room as you walk in. Ouch. Very cool. Love shield enemies. Because that tiny little shield totally is able to block a giant sword like this. Alright, grab this item, which is another pyromancy tome. Alright. Now we can head over this way. You hear that noise, that's down below us. There's a giant rat and a crystal lizard. Chaos gem. Alrighty. This item, this area still kind of confuses me to this day sometimes, so that's why you'll see me just kind of like randomly rolling into things because I'm like, is this an illusory wall? Is this something? Alright, so coming back down to where we were now. Okay, that's the Black Knight room. Okay, coming out this way. Now we can go into that hallway over here to the left. There's a rat waiting for us. Alright, that's the way that we want to go. Over here is not an illusory wall. There's a hole right here that if you fall down, can be very bad. As you can see, it's lava. If you don't have a specific ring equipped, that lava will kill you very quickly. So we're going to come back here, head over this way. Alrighty. Here is an illusory wall. Did remember that one. You can hear that giant rat down there. So this is that area from before where I said, oh, we'll get that item later. Later is now. Another pyromancy tome. Lots of those. For any DS1 fans, you can see this is a similar shape to Quelaag or Quilana. So also given the name of the tome that we picked up, the Quilana pyromancy tome, that is what is kind of implied is that's Quilana herself. Alright, this is the hole that I pointed out earlier that you could fall down. There are some items in there that we can get, but again, we want a specific ring that's going to let us take less damage as we're walking through lava before we go try to get that. Alrighty, now we can come back over here. Another rat. And then this is the opposite side of that hole. So now coming down these stairs. Here's that giant rat from before. Ouch, that was some counter damage. And she's got a big old nest back here. Okay. Now, over here to the side. This one, yes, is an illusory wall. Here's a chest, not a mimic. Grab those Titanite shards, and another illusory wall right behind it. And we can drop down here. There's an item, and you can see there's a couple of basilisks waiting in this area. If you were to go down the normal way, these guys would have a good chance of you know, just ambushing you. So, whereas here, we can kind of get the drop on them. There are some more in this room, so don't let that feel like the end. I believe that should be all of them, and those are the stairs that you come down as a normal pathway. Alright, coming this way. Naturally, you're going to want to go up those stairs, but keep an eye out, because to the left here is another entryway. And up here is going to be our friend Sorig yet again. And this time, he's going to drop one of my favorite weapons in the game. So that sword that he has, the Fume Ultra Great Sword, which is, of course, from Fume Knight in Dark Souls 2, one of the best bosses of that game. So if you like big swords, that one's pretty fun to use. Definitely recommend. Ouch, he's got a lot of poise. If he has already started an attack, you're not going to stop him. So the trick is to try to get him in between attacks right before he's able to start another one. And there we go. And boom, Fume Ultra Great Sword and his Great Shield. Okay, so I'll kind of show you, for example, if we were to walk in the lava right there, that's how quickly we are losing our health. So, not ideal. Alright, now we can go up these stairs. We've only got one assist at this point. That was the one downside to not resting at that bonfire back there, but again, just don't want to fight those enemies over and over. Okay, we got a Great Sword, Black Knight here. It can be really easy to, like, dodge off of this bridge. So I tried to just get him to come over here so that that's not an immediate danger for us. And as is usually the strategy with Great Sword Black Knights, just try to strafe around them and be able to backstab. Black Knight Elite. Oh, we got his sword! Let's go! That's such a rare drop to get on the first try. I'm tempted to maybe move forward with that one. This is my favorite weapon in Dark Souls 1. I don't think I've actually ever used it in 3. So we might look into that. We'll see what we can do as far as infusing and upgrading goes. But yeah, Dark Souls 1, that thing is so much fun. It weighs a ton into that game. It can be really hard to use it without, like, with basically having any kind of armor on. But it's still a lot of fun, especially if you take it into New Game Plus. You were just absolutely deleting bosses. Alright, so making our way up here, we are now getting close to the ballista. The only enemies left up here are going to be some bone wheels and some other skeletons. But that's pretty much it. And we'll have the opportunity to deactivate the ballista so it's not an issue for us anymore. Right, so we're still in range of it to where it's able to turn this way and shoot at us. So you still want to be a little careful. Take advantage of this tree for a second. Okay, let's go grab an item over here. Luckily, that's basically the only danger point up in this area is just right as you're coming in. Aside from that, it's kind of impossible to get hit. Alright, so that takes care of the bone wheels. There's going to be a couple other skeletons over here. Neither of them are wide-eyed. And then there's a couple of these red-eyed scythe-wielding dudes. Ouch. And there we go. That's the last of the enemies up here. Now you're probably wondering, okay, who was operating the ballista? Well, we come up and see that it was a giant. You can see him right there. Now if we turn it off, pulling that lever, and donezo. Now you can turn it back on if you didn't get those items from before and you're like, oh shoot. You can push the lever again, going that way to be able to do that. But yeah, now the ballista is no longer an issue, and unless you turn it back on yourself, it won't be turned back on at all. So kind of nice. Okay, normally you can drop down here, but I have like so little health here, I can probably survive a couple more little drops here. Yeah. And then here we are back in Smouldering Lake. Now we're able to freely collect all these items from before. Before we do that, a couple other things I want to do. So first we're going to go back to this bonfire. I really got to put a ton of points in my endurance. Having this little stamina is kind of annoying, especially when you're used to something like Elden Ring where you just have a ton, even from the very beginning of the game. Alright, now we're going to come back down. So if you remember in the Catacombs of Carthus walkthrough, we were able to spot Horus from up near the bridge where we talked to Henri. Now we're going to be able to actually go interact with him, and unfortunately Horus has gone hollow, so we are going to put him out of his misery. In this hallway is another crystal lizard that is notorious for clipping out of bounds, so we're going to try to kill it before it has the opportunity to do so. Beautiful. Another one up here. And boom, hey, our first Titanite chunk. Very nice. Alright, so here's Horus. He will attack you as, like I said, he's hollow now. But if you come back at around this level that I am, he's pretty easy. Does feel kind of bad to take him out like this, but we're doing that for his own good. There's a few items to pick up in here. This one on the wall can be kind of annoying because it's not the easiest one to get up and grab. There we go. Alright. So now we'll head back to the Smouldering Lake and start picking up some items. You also see that there's a bunch of crabs up here. To be honest with you, that area is not really worth going to because there's like no items whatsoever. So I'll just kind of skirt along. That's at least from what I can remember. I can't remember ever picking up any items that I really cared about in that area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just crabs, so kind of pointless. So we're going to ignore them because crabs aren't fun to fight. Head back over here to the middle area. Now, one of my favorite items in the game is here. And if you're interested in getting as many souls as possible from beating enemies, then this is the item for you. It's just right over here. This is the Shield of Want. So we've got the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring equipped right now, which, you know, just gives you more souls from enemies that you kill. The Shield of Want does the exact same thing, and they do stack. So if you're just farming souls, you want to get as many as you can to level up as much as you can, then having that on along with the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring is the thing for you. And if you manage to get the rare drop of the Symbol of Avarice from any of the mimics that we have killed at this point, then that stacks on top of that as well, and you can start just getting a ton of them. Alright, so now we have cleared out this area all except for the boss. So we're going to head in here and fight the Old Demon King. This guy is pretty much pure fire when it comes to his attacks. He can be pretty tanky at an early level, so again, another reason why I like to come back here at the level that I am. As he's getting up, it just leaves you an opportunity to hit him with a bunch of attacks. He has one attack in particular during Phase 2 that can be really tough to survive if you get hit by it. But we're kind of doing some nasty damage to him right now. Alright, we're not going to kill him quite yet because I kind of want to show what moves he's capable of. There's that one. See, even at my level, that's half of my health bar just gone. That does wipe him out a little bit, leaving him open for some attacks. He's got a few other ones that can be pretty brutal. Come on, dude. Oh, you know what? I think maybe I took him to too low. Oh, no, there he goes. Okay, cool. Or maybe not. Maybe he is donezo. Maybe I did too much damage to him. Yeah, now he is just completely weak. So, you know, kind of the strategy, do as much as he can, and then by the end of the fight, he can't really do anything else. Except kind of weakly try to hit you with some melee attacks, but we'll just put him out of his misery. You see the piles of demon corpses over here. Pretty cool arena, but the fight itself, not really anything to write home about. Not that exciting, even if you're at a lower level. But yeah, so that is it for the Smouldering Lake and Demon Ruins. So now we're going to head back to Irithyll and continue on from the Pontiff Solvon bonfire. So thanks again for watching these videos, if you know anybody out there is, and appreciate you watching. As always, please like and subscribe if you can, and we'll go ahead and see you in part 10.